Today we're going to be working on a GE refrigerator. This is a GE profile. Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. And the problem that we have is that the LED light for the refrigerator side is not working. There's the model number. And whether I have the switch pressed or not, the light is not working at all. So the first time I took this apart, I thought that the main control board is the one who controls the LED light as well, but at the same time it didn't make sense to me and I couldn't see anything else. Some of the LED lights brings their own control board on site, but this one in particular was not the case. Now, as you can see behind this water valve, it's a transformer. It's hiding there, it's hard to see. It took me a little while. I couldn't find any information about this case online, but I look, and it's hard to see because there's a lot of wires behind there. The water valve is in the way, and it's a little complicated job. This part that I'm removing right now is not really necessary to remove, but I did it anyways to have more space to work. Now I'm disconnecting some of the wires. As you can see, I'm doing some tests to find out if the LED light transformer is bad or not. Like right now, I should be getting here 24 volts if I remember correctly on the purple arrow, and on the yellow arrow I should be getting 120 volts. Now I got the harness that provides 120 volts to the transformer. This is an input, 120 volts. I'm not getting any voltage because you got to remember, you need to have the door open. That way the door switch sends 120 volts to this harness. So I went and opened the door and test, and then I am getting 120 volts for the power supply that goes to the transformer at the harness, but I'm not getting 24 volts coming out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and remove the water valve that is on the way. I'm putting a piece of rag for be prepared to water to spill. As you can see, I try to remove only whatever is necessary to be able to get to the transformer in the back. Disconnecting all the harness, trying to wipe up some of the water from the floor. You gotta be careful with this water hose because it will drain the water from the water tank inside the refrigerator. So I mean, the water tank that is inside the refrigerator will start draining the water from the tank. So you need to come up with some kind of put a tape on it or just plug it back in the water valve to prevent this from keep leaking the water. Now as you can see, you need to remove those screws from the top. It's 2 screws on the top and 1 screw on the bottom. and that's what is holding the bracket that secures the transformer. I know this is taking some time, but I try to speed up the video. I try to give you as much information I can. So I speed it up, but I didn't cut some of the stuff because I want you guys to see how it comes out. You have to wiggle it a little. Just always be careful with the freon lines and the harness and the wire and the water hoses. And there it is. There is the transformer. This is the part who transforms 120 volts to 24 volts DC to that particular light. This one only controls the refrigerator side LED light. I was surprised. I thought it includes, it provides 24 volts for the one on the freezer too, but no, it's only for the refrigerator side. This is the new one, and we're gonna proceed to install the new transformer on this refrigerator. There is the brand new transformer, and I plug it in to make sure I'm getting low voltage, and I am. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install it. I decide to plug it in on the high voltage and test, because you never know when it can be anything else. I was making sure that it was the transformer, because it's not cheap. I think I paid over $100 for this transformer, so I want to make sure if I install it that it is the transformer. So I plug it in before I install it, and it did give me coming out 24 volts. So I was pretty confident that this was gonna take care of the issue. I'm sorry again to be getting on the way, but this is the only way I could do this job. Didn't have any helper or anything who can help me to hold the camera, but I'm quite sure that you guys gonna find this video useful if you come to a LED light problem on this model. Remember, this is a GE, made by GE. I know a lot of the new GEs are made by Samsung, which I think that was very ridiculous, because Samsung is not my favorite brand, but I already work in a couple refrigerators, GE, and then when I look for the part, it comes in a Samsung bag or in a Samsung box, You can tell the refrigerator when you looked at it that it's made by, if it's made by Samsung or not. And up to this day, I find out that GE sold their manufacturing to Haier brand, which that's the name of, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. If I don't, if I'm not saying it correctly, just correct me on the comments. That's what I heard, that they sold their manufacturing to a brand name Haier, and they raised the price on the parts. So now every time I want to replace a part on the GE, it costs like 15-20% more than before. So not good for people that owns GE products. Make sure you put the screws that holds the water valve in place. Make sure you connect all the water hoses, all the harness that you disconnect. Make sure you plug it the right way and make sure they are secure. That way you prevent a go back on the job that you are doing. As you see, I had to disconnect the harness that provide low voltage to the inverter, and the harness that provide high voltage to the inverter. Inverter is the part that turns on the compressor. It's like a relay. So I have to disconnect everything to be able to have access. I didn't like this part because sometimes when you remove the water hoses from this water valves, they won't go back the same way, and then they might start leaking. That's why every time I disconnect anything from any water valve or any water adapter that is clip in, I cut a little piece of the water hose. That way the piece that is already being squished is not the same piece that is going back in. Every time I cut a little piece, like a 3/4 of the water hose, then it's like new. So it will prevent the rubber inside from leak, the actual water valve from leaking. I know it's a harness on the white sensor there that I didn't plug in, but I realized that I didn't plug it in, and I came back and did it. You're not gonna see it on the video, but it is plugged in. Just wanna let you guys know, if you caught that, I did came back and plug that's a water sensor. That's what it tells the display on the front, how much water you getting on a cup, like 2 or 3 ounces and things like that. I went to the front of the refrigerator to grab some water, make sure the water is coming out right, and get all the air that got caught on the lines. Because remember, I disconnect the water hoses from the water valve, and I make sure that nothing is leaking on the actual water valve as well. Right now I'm going to put the cardboard back panel, and just make sure you put all the screws that you remove from the back panel to prevent the cardboard from coming off. this job is pretty much done. Remember, GE profile, and as you can see, the light it's working the way it's supposed to. Turn it on and off at the door switch, and it's working perfect. Alright guys, if this video helped you in any way, you can show us appreciation by giving us a tip using the following options that you see on the screen. If you cannot provide with a tip, is another way to support this channel by just dropping off a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Thanks for watching.